Why, hello everyone. My name is Zachary Powers, and welcome to a really special show today. And today we're going to be going over two huge big things. First, for now, let's get into the first part of today's show. This is RocketCraft Live 2026. So, in this event, we're going to be going over the game, RocketCraft. The concept title was Rocket League Craft, but I realized that name is copyright infringing against the game that Psyonix and Epic Games has made, the game, which is a soccer ball game, Rocket League. So I decided to choose RocketCraft for this amazing game. Why is it called RocketCraft anyway? Because you as a player are a car in this vast open world game, and this world is quite massive. So let's go ahead and talk about RocketCraft and what this game actually means. RocketCraft is a game that nobody has ever seen before, and it's a game full of amazing discoveries that no one has ever seen before. So go on out there in RocketCraft and explore all kinds of discoveries you can explore. Let's move on to some other headlines. In this game, RocketCraft, it has amazing, catchy music, to hard rock music, to relaxing music, and to jump up hip hop, amazing music that it has as well. This game has all kinds of music for you to be bopping your head to, and relaxing music that puts you to sleep. So now, let's move on to a really big headline that everyone is going to be hearing. This big headline is all about the art of the game. The first one is a masterpiece. The second thing is the art looks so crazy so far. The third one is all about this art is really beautiful. It's environmental and many other things about the definition of art in RocketCraft. Let's move on to three other things before moving on what this game actually has in store for all of you to be exploring. For the game RocketCraft, there are secrets hidden, and you have to discover them for yourselves in RocketCraft. And discovering these secrets takes skill, and these secrets can be found all across the whole entire map. And the ancient players, like cars, actually has a lot of lore, and there's a scene underground that does something, but we're gonna get onto that later. So now let's go ahead and talk about one more thing before getting into the actual world of RocketCraft. This is a video game made by a brand new video game company I have just created. This brand new video game company is called Boosted Incorporated. Boosted Incorporated is a video game company all about cars, and how I take these cars, make them into video games that no one has ever seen before, to ancient lettering that no one has seen before, and everything else. And this is the mainline video game, the first ever game. So this is a mainline 3D open world sandbox game that no one has ever seen before. Let's now get into the world of RocketCraft. Let's begin. Creative mode is a mode getting implemented into RocketCraft. Creative mode is where unlimited possibilities is a thing, and everything else in creative mode, etc. Now this next one explains everything about creative mode in RocketCraft. So let's deep dive into the creative mode of RocketCraft. In a creative mode in RocketCraft, you don't get hurt, you don't get demoed. Let's say you try to get demoed by someone and you don't explode. You really don't. You don't get hurt, and plus, you have unlimited boost. Creative mode in RocketCraft is really clever, and you can jump from platform to platform like no big deal. And if you fall in a lava or in the water, you don't get hurt. Quite surprising, isn't it? And that's creative mode explained in RocketCraft. Let's move on to other explanations and things getting added in both of these modes. Survival mode is getting added into RocketCraft, the 3D open world sandbox game. And this mode in RocketCraft seems a bit different. And there's some unexpected things in survival mode in RocketCraft as well. Survival mode is a crazy mode in RocketCraft. So let's deep dive into survival mode and what this mode can actually do for you in RocketCraft, the 3D open world sandbox game. In a creative mode of RocketCraft, unlimited boost, no need to collect boost energy tanks. These boost tanks are scattered across this 3D open world sandbox game. In survival mode, you have to collect them because your boost from 0% all the way up to 200%. 200% boost is the max boost. And if you were to use all of that in one sitting, you have to find all boost tanks. And if you run out of your boost and you can't boost, all you can do is just slow drive and move on to energy tanks. And when you run out of boost and goes down to 0% boost, that doesn't mean you necessarily do not move. You just slowly move without boosting, moving to boost tanks, and then against monsters, you can run them over or have your special abilities and use them against the monsters at nighttime. And quite surprisingly, survival mode just looks like the original Minecraft game. In RocketCraft, it looks real different. By the way, you think about it even more and more and you realize that RocketCraft is just no ordinary game. It's the biggest 3D open world sandbox game that everyone is waiting for a very long time. Let's move on to some other things about creative mode and survival mode. In survival mode, you're gonna need to build a shelter in RocketCraft as a car. How do you even do that exactly? Well, what you need to do is use only 12% of your boost and mine blocks. And you can actually pick up the loot, which is really clever as a mainline car character in the game. If you use 12% of your boost and mining blocks, it's that simple. How do you even build like this 12 block tall like spire? You just jump and place a block. It's that simple. And has an interface that you can use for your inventory. Or you can say inventory or inventory, however you would like to say it. I'm going to say inventory. The inventory is where you click a button on your video game controller and it takes you there. And it's going to say how much boost you have. It's going to tell you how much durability or damage you have taken in survival mode. And it's also going to say what is your brand of car and everything else. And quite surprising, isn't it? Now let's move on to a couple more things of RocketCraft in creative mode and survival mode. These two more things It's all about creative mode and survival mode. For creative mode, the lava and water cannot damage your car. But however, in survival mode, the water, you can ride on water. Ain't that crazy or what? For lava, though, in survival mode, your car can get burnt and take some heavy damage. And it can also take heavy damage against monsters if the monsters were to break your car, and it's gonna say a screen saying you died. And it will say your player name. Like, for an example, Zachary Powers, as a Blue Octane, has died. And it's gonna say a message saying, Zachary Powers as a Blue Octane, suffocated in a high place. That's that message. Only in the game. It's like Minecraft. It's like a specific death message. So let's say you are fighting a skeleton, and the skeleton was shooting a bow and arrow at you, and you try to run, and now run it, and it still kills you. It's gonna say something like this. Ant Venom was trying to outrun a skeleton, and he died. Something like that. Which death messages are implemented into RocketCraft as well. Now let's talk about the world. What does this world even look like? Well, let's go ahead and talk about the world. There was a forgotten surprise in another section, which was the previous one. And that was 11. The reason why we have forgotten it is just because it says that this world can be fully explorable. This is a massive headline into RocketCraft that no one has ever seen before. Exploring is what makes every video game count. So let's move on to other headlines and what the world actually looks like in-game of RocketCraft. We have 2 brand new biomes. One is called the Autumn Falls, and another is called the Winter Cove. The Autumn Falls is where the trees' leaves turn to orange, yellow, and brown. And there's like a waterfall right there. That's what the Autumn Falls actually looks like in game. And we have gotten the Winter Cove, where it's like a big cavern, and outside it's still snowing, and the Winter Cove in this cave, and if you look up you see those icicles, which is actually really cool. And these 2 brand new biomes can be pretty chill to chillaxing, pun intended twice. And so, let's move on into the world and explore some more, shall we? Let's do it. So, we have 3 brand new enemies. So we have got the demoed thugs, the explosive car skeletons, and the boost spiders. These enemies can be pack of a punch if they were to damage your car. One enemy, the demoed thugs, can actually ram into you and explode your car, which can be quite painful. And then we have gotten the explosive car skeletons, in which they shoot their explosive TNT arrows and explode on impact against you, the car, the player, which is insane. And then the enemy after that is a boost spiders, in which these boost spiders can be really super duper fast in action and try to damage your car. Quite surprising. Let's move on to some other biomes of the world in RocketCraft. We have gotten 3 other biomes. So these biomes, like the Caveside Cliff, the Lushville Forest, and the White Creek Forest. So the Caveside Cliff is this beautiful biome. It's beautiful with flowers, grass, And the cave side, and which has a cave to the right with beautiful trees and everything else. And we also have got the Lushville Forest, which is located on the surface of RocketCraft. It can fully explore however your heart contents. And then we have got the White Creek Forest, which is this eerie vibe with these white trees and then the creeks going through the forest, and that's why it's called the White Creek Forest. These three biomes can be adventurous, mysterious, and much more. Next is 3 other enemies revealed. Let's talk. We have gotten Field Stoppers, Soccer Ball Zombies, and Blue Enderman. So, Field Stoppers are these, like, landmines. And if you were to, like, get close, it would move like a chainsaw and would go towards you and try to stop you and blow you up and damage your car. And we have gotten Soccer Ball Zombies, in which these types of zombies are soccer ball-like creatures that will damage your car by bouncing on top of it. And zombies will eat your car brains. So you gotta be aware of those as well. And we have gotten the Blue Enderman. The Blue Enderman is not an Enderman. A Blue Enderman is a blue tall, skinny-like creature, which is just blue, with yellow eyes. And if you were to look at it, it wouldn't necessarily go after you. But if you look away, it would damage you. It's like the angel, the stone angel, that if you look at it, you're fine. But if you look, it will go after you. So, let's now go on over to some other brand new things. Now, let's go on over to other 5 brand new biomes. Ice Ship Island, the Ocean Graveyard, the Middle Ocean Savanna, Coral Reef Mountain, and Beachside Volcano Shores. So, Ice Ship Island is where there is this patch of ice, and in the middle of the ocean. And you see this ice ship in the middle. And all of the dark lore of what happened here is quite surprising. And next, we got the Ocean Graveyard. And this is where all the dark lore hits hard. And some card players have passed, and a lot of dark lore, apparently, about this place. And we also have gotten the Middle Ocean Savanna, which is this hot, humid-like biome in the middle of the ocean, and you have to seriously survive the heat in survival mode. But in creative mode, you're invincible. And the Coral Reef Mountain is this big coral reef-like mountain underwater. This is where that lore comes on in. The thing underground I'm talking about is Coral Reef Mountain, and a bunch of coral is piling on up, and somebody has been here. Gotta figure out who did this and everything else. Next is the Beachside Volcano Shores, where are these beaches, coastline areas, arena volcanoes, and everything else. These, like, biomes can be adventurous to really dark to relaxing vibes of these 5 brand new biomes. Let's move on to other things of RocketCraft. And we've gotten one more enemy, the Ocean Kara Shark. The Ocean Kara Shark is this deadly creature that acts as a car. The front of the car, Ocean Kara Shark, opens its mouth wide and tries to damage your car. And the car, the main character car you have, is invincible. But it doesn't matter if it's invincible in survival mode. The Ocean Kara Shark will still get you. Fast swim and get you. They eat cars for breakfast. Now let's move on to some other things. The world looks so crazy so far. And what do you think of all the biomes we have mentioned so far? Well, we have gotten 5 more biomes coming on next, which are these 5 last biomes. And Thunder has approached. Let's get into it. Sunnyside Jungle, the Factory Resort, the Ocean Forest, the Volcanic Eruption Celestial Factory, and the Planetoid Volcanic Crater Laboratory. Quite the mouthful of these locations. So let's talk about them. The Sunnyside Jungle is this beautiful looking jungle of where it's daytime, and this place is relaxing to be going to. And then the Factory Resort is where all things break loose. The Factory Resort is where it's sunny over here, and there's this abandoned factory, and you get to visit over here 1 or 3 times and figure out the lore. And then we have gotten the Ocean Forest, is this like forest underwater. And something strange about this place feels off. It feels like it's shapeshift too many times, in fact, that has deformed itself. Really weird. And then we have gotten the Volcanic Eruption Celestial Factory. And that's located where that big volcano is. And this is where all of the planetoid, like, looking like facility happens. Looking at this grid of planets and where you are at, and the planet that you're on. And then the Planetoid Volcanic Crater Laboratory is another place, and this laboratory is the same thing. Looking at the grid of the planets where you are at, and everything else. Something happened to these 2 places. So now, let's move on over to the world. The world just got even bigger. So let's go ahead and take a look at this dimension. The Celestial Car Planetary Islands. This place is a dimension, and it's where all of these floating islands are in outer space. It's celestial, with all of these planets you can drive on, move on to others by jumping, and that gravity can alternate itself to where it can be upside down to a 90-degree angle, or even weirder, the heavier the gravity gets, to where you can't jump and you're heavy. The lighter the gravity gets, the higher you jump. Quite a dimension. And now, let's go ahead and talk about the final boss. This final boss is called the Car Dragon. The Car Dragon takes form into a car, and it spreads out its wings left and right, and its big mouth goes like this, and has like this engine breath that sounds like an actual car. And his final boss only has 3 phases, which is crazy. Now let's move on from here. And moving on from here is the final thing. Let's talk. In this last one of RocketCraft Live 2026 is that there is no actual trailer for this just yet. However, the second RocketCraft Live 2026 show is gonna be taking place September 2026. And this is to celebrate my 7 years of me playing Rocket League and me being a veteran. So, thank you all for your support, everyone. It's been quite a ride of me being a veteran for 7 years for me playing Rocket League. Now, let's move on to something electrifying and taking a look at this big old show next. And next, actually, is the final show of today. Let's go ahead and get it going. Hello everyone, my name is Zachary Powers. the founder and chief executive officer of Power Hour LLC. Before we begin today's big show, I would like to mention that this year in 2026 takes a massive turn for the 3D open world sandbox game, PowerHourCraft. There's so many brand new things becoming brand new things in PowerHourCraft. PowerHourCraft is the first game that's coming out with all sorts of brand new things. We like to make PowerHourCraft, the 3D open world sandbox game, even bigger, and even better for the most of us. PowerHourCraft is a game that's going to be coming out onto the Power Hour X video game console. And we are super duper excited, going to be announcing the brand new release date for PowerHourCraft here really soon. So, that's going to be coming later in this really special show today. So, everyone, welcome to PowerHourCraft Summer Live 2026. And we're 2 to 4 things and news of a PowerHourCraft you haven't even seen before. So, let's deep dive into the electrifying world of the Lightning X-19 Jupiter-like planet homeworld of PowerHourCraft. So let's begin the Summer Live 2026 show. Let's get into it. Because, as you can see, I am in this golden retriever car. Because it's about to get serious. So let's get it going. So, we have 3 brand new weapons. Electric colored mace, electric colored god sword, and electric colored lava laser. So these 3 weapons are being in the first DLC pack of PowerHourCraft. These amazing weapons have crazy things. Now let's move on to some other brand new things in this first DLC pack of PowerHourCraft. Just a quick reminder, everyone, that these weapons are truly what makes them powerful. Next, we have gotten brand new blocks. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the names of these brand new blocks. Electric colored bedrock, electric blue logs, and purple electric mountain blocks. These 3 brand new blocks are quite fancy. The electric colored bedrock is tough to break. Electric blue logs, pretty easy to break. Purple electric mountain blocks, quite crazy. And then the new smooth graphics look crazy so far. And so let's move on to a big thing. This is a really big deal to ray tracing in PowerHourCraft. The ray tracing, though, however, has been upgraded up to 265 frames per second. Quite the amazing frames per second of the ray tracing of gameplay and everything else about that. Now let's move on from here. We got a couple brand new creatures. We have gotten the purple electric catchers and the electric blue alien robots. Quite the names for these creatures and how powerful they really are. Let's move on to these other things as well. We have gotten 2 new biomes. Electric Blue Mesa and the Purple Electric Mountain. The Purple Electric Mountain is located beyond the electrifying valley. And the Purple Electric Mountain is located beyond the electric colored ocean. And so, before the name of the DLC, let's move on to a few other brand new things. In this DLC, it's not too tiny, not too big, but it's just right for all of these things. Let's check out more things. 3 other blocks are being added in this big headline. we've got blue electric cactus, blue shrubs, and purple mountain berry bushes. Quite the major headline. And then we have one more thing in this DLC. This last one, before the name, is that the 3 weapons are a lot more smoother, and plus there is no boss reveal. In this DLC, there's not. And so, these 2 mobs are quite powerful. They are. And so now, before reviewing the name, let's move on to glitches getting fixed. PowerHourCraft has finally fixed traveling and electrifying backpack issues, the missing textures of the electric-powered snowy mountains, the tippity top, and even boat glitches when getting into electrified boats. These glitches getting fixed. Let's move on to a big glitch that's going to get fixed. This next one is a big glitch. And this big issue is when you're getting into the actual 3D open world sandbox theme, PowerHourCraft, and lagging your whole entire game while you're exploring. Well, now, finally, that has been fixed. And so now, let's move in to these last things before revealing the name of the DLC. These last issues are quite crazy. PowerHourCraft now fixes the clouds and the water rivers, oceans, and the missing textures of the big planet with the big rings in the sky, fixes exploration of structures, and fixes the sound effects and much more sound effects as well. PowerHourCraft fixes all of that. Patches them and reworks them all, make sure they work out really well and everything else. PowerHour LLC, my company's goal, is to fix all of these glitches, these big issues, and to make the game PowerHourCraft even better for all of you to be playing. Now, let's move on to the name of the DLC. Let's go ahead and reveal it. The reveal of this DLC is Purple and Blue Ray Tracing Fun. That's the name of the DLC. With all of these issues being fixed, brand new things getting added, quite crazy so far. So now, let's move on to something even more. Now, let's move on to another DLC pack in PowerHourCraft. Wait, what? 2 DLCs? Yes, sir, back to back. So we got a big one here. So we're going to be finally traveling underground for the first time ever in PowerHourCraft. So let's go ahead and check out some really neat things in the second DLC pack in PowerHourCraft. In this brand new biome under the ground, finally, for so long now, is a brand new biome called Electric Powered Caves. You will still see some light and everything else. And the environment to this biome is mysterious, beautiful, and in many other different ways that no one has ever put in it before. And so, actually, we have got brand new blocks here that we like to talk about. We have got electric-powered stone, electric-powered diamonds, polished and brick versions of them, and even electric-powered snowsite. So basically, it is not like diorite or granite. Snowsite is like a brand new block, electric-powered snowsite. Snow Wave fair, huh? Well, yes, sir. Electric-powered snowsite is another brand new block. And they're really new. Now let's talk about where this biome is located. This biome is located only under the electric-powered snowy mountains and can only be found under them. Quite the surprising underground biome and where to find them. Yeah, these biomes can only be found under electric-powered snowy mountains. Now, let's talk about 2 creatures here. Now, let's talk about the creatures. the Snowisite small golems and Snowisite chameleons. These two creatures are quite surprising. The small, like Snowisite small golems, are hostile, so you really gotta get up to them and kill them. However, the Snowisite chameleons are passive-like creatures that can be found, and can use their turn to find Snowisite gems and stuff, and Snowisite gems, Snowisite emeralds, and much more. And now let's reveal the name of this DLC. The name of the DLC is Freezing Chaos. The Freezing Chaos second DLC is going to be arriving when PowerHourCraft, the game, going to be coming out, including for that first DLC I've mentioned. That one's going to be coming out when PowerHourCraft is going to be releasing. Now let's go ahead and talk about a really big update that's actually coming to the game. I'm so excited going to be announcing this. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, this massive update actually takes us in the summer place. And this summer place is actually a little bit bigger, even bigger, way more than you thought. Quite crazy, isn't it? And so, let's talk about a really big thing about this place. This place takes place to the middle of the electric-colored ocean. And this place is called the Electric-Colored Tropical Islands. Pretty tropically crazy and awesome all at the same time. So now, let's see what actually the rest of these things are going to be adding. Next, this big place has a few new creatures, like the electric tropical crabs, which are hostile and pinch you. The electric summer jumping spiders jump from tree to tree and will bite you. And the electric colored tropical nautilus, you can actually ride them. And as a passive creature and tame them with electric colored coral fruit. Quite crazy. Now, let's move on to something even bigger. Something even bigger like no one has ever seen before. So the Power Hour creator, the main character, didn't have the ability before of water magical powers. So now he has a water formed like lightning bolt power that can actually blast through the waves. Blast through the water like no big deal. And so now, let's talk about that boat. And that boat is that you're riding your electrical colored boat and getting to this brand new place you haven't even seen before. The electric colored tropical islands and stuff. And this place is really nice, relaxing, and everything else. So now let's talk about something big, something massive that we haven't actually seen before in the actual game of the 3D open world sandbox game of PowerHourCraft. Of course, we need to have brand new relaxing music in this big update. And also, before this update even got announced, so the Power Hour creator now has two big updates of that character. So he now has a swimming animation. Before this big update, he could drown in water. Now he has the ability to swim and needs to be aware of his surroundings in the electric colored ocean. And when swimming, you gotta really check everyone around you in PowerHourCraft. So, deep dives and everything else. Now that's big. Let's move on to a few more things. A few other biomes are getting added as well. We have gotten Summerborn Falls, electric colored wave cliffs, and ocean electric colored bay. So the Summerborn Falls is like this tropical place where big waterfalls are born. And an electric colored wave cliffs is this massive cliffside right near the electric colored ocean of this place. And you're like hanging out on the side and everything else. And the ocean electric colored bay is where the electric colored ocean is still there, but with like these power hour like things in the ocean, the buoys, the power hour like buoys floating and everything else. Quite the amazing biomes they are, and they're really relaxing as well. Let's move on to a couple other things. These next ones are quite really massive to this day. So, traveling is really important. It really is. And along with the update looking big, like big. It's crazy to this day. Now, something big has happened in this live show for the first time ever. Let's go ahead and talk about it and everything else. Let's get straight into it. Before the release date, let's talk about a few other creatures. So we have gotten wave mites, which is located on ocean waves that go up like this. And you see these small like little specks that is feeding on ocean waves. And we have gotten flying wave foxes, which they fly high in the sky and they master wave-like powers. And the ocean bay walruses are really slow and still does massive damage to you. Like 100 damage. Yeah. And which is crazy. You gotta have some weapons to kill those guys. Only in the game. But real life walruses, well, leave them alone. We will. So now let's talk about the big thing. This big thing is now the release date of PowerHourCraft. The new release date. The first original release date was November 2026. Now, the second original release date is December 2026. Now, I have decided as of the CEO, Chief Executive Officer and Founder of Power Hour LLC, I'm going to decide to move the release date of the 3D open world sandbox game to July 2027. And that's perfect for the big summer update, actually, because this is a summer release in 2027. Because this year, 2026, mostly focuses on the Power Hour X video game console. So now, let's get into something next. I was going to say before, but it's all good. Because this next one is another massive thing. Let's get straight into it. The name of this big update in PowerHourCraft is called Summer Tropical Electric Vacation Update. This update adds all of these things that we have mentioned here today. All of these things, biomes, the creatures, are quite crazy to be hearing. Now, we have gotten one more thing we like to show. A little video. Let's go ahead and take a look. What you have seen is a little video of the Nintendo Direct intro. So, what does this mean exactly? So, of that intro you have seen of the Nintendo Direct, there's going to be a brand new Nintendo Direct on July 3rd, 2026. This mainly focuses on the Power Hour, Electric Colored World 3. Get ready, everybody, because the Power Hour, Electric Colored World 3, first ever general big Nintendo Direct is coming. Get ready. And we have a picture to show. Let's go ahead and take a look. What have you seen is a picture of the big update in PowerHourCraft of the Summer Tropical Electric Vacation update. That's a picture of everything we have announced. So, and Power Hour Creator is just swimming in the water, all these things, looking summer and everything else, and tropical and all that. And what do you think so far of everything we have announced in the second big part of a really special big video today? Well, I would like to take my time and say thank you very much for watching.